Informational overload in a virtual world. How to avoid feeling overwhelmed and have a clear mind moving forward. The information you will hear is taken directly from my ebook. For more information, visit my website at www.Live.Learn.Grow.com. Download the full ebook, or you can also listen in on my podcast under the Live.Learn.Grow series. Let's jump right in.
As a society, we have instant access to more information than ever before. With the arrival of the computer, the invention of the internet, and social media's popularity, we have entered into a world of 24/7 information. We have so much information coming into our brains that we don't stop and take the time needed to decipher, interpret, and apply meaning to the knowledge we've gained. We've become absorbed in the overpowering need to know everything about anything and everyone. The world is changing at an exceedingly rapid pace. Life seems to have become much more demanding and stressful. Over the last several decades, we've officially entered the age of information that is being ruled by computers, smartphones, and a constant stream of information that we need to know the relationship with. We have a hard time separating ourselves from our phones for even minutes. Technology has taken over our lives and overloaded our minds. All the information that we obtain while surfing the web and browsing our social media sites has created a technology addiction in most populations. We've forgotten what silence feels like and are overloaded with information available to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This has led to overshadowing our ability to communicate face-to-face and has clouded our minds with digital information that has affected how we process and retain information. This addiction to technology has also resulted in more people trying to multitask, which results in decreased productivity, focus, and an increase in erroneous errors. To bring ourselves back to the present and beat the virtual information overload that we've become subject to, we have to be willing to end these strategies that help us process information, understand how our memory works, and ways to shape an efficient and productive virtual home/work environment. In this ebook, you through the process of beating information overload to have a clearer, more focused mind that will allow you to move forward. Information overload is described as an overwhelming feeling upon the receipt or collection of an indigestible or an incomprehensible amount of information, the sense of being faced with an amount of data that one has no hope of completely processing, or when a person feels unable to read all the information that is presented or available to them, mainly where they need to make a decision based on that information but can't because there is just too much to take in the time available. Today, thanks to the internet and social media, we are always besieged by information regardless of whether we asked for it or no. This can best be seen in the obscene amount of junk emails that clog our inboxes daily. It can also be seen in the increasing number of sources where you can obtain information. People often interchange the word data and information. However, the two are distinctly different. Data refers to the elements or pieces of information that individuals have little or no value. In contrast, information is the organization and interpretation of that data into a format that provides new insight. Information, unlike data, is directly associated with learning. When you learn a new subject, you are implementing 3 simultaneous processes. First, you acquire the new information that you already know may run counter to or replace the new information you have been taught. Second is the process of transformation, where the knowledge gained is manipulated to make it new tasks. The real learning process evaluates the information and or data to ensure that it is adequate for the task at hand. Therefore, information can be described as the acquisition of new knowledge from various sources and data elements. When internalized, it can affect a difference in an individual's previous thoughts, education, or actions. Keeping this in mind, information overload can put us too much information that one can comprehend at any given.
The beautiful thing about the advancement of technology is that we now have quick access to information. We're able to surf the web with our phones while on the go and get the answers we need by conducting a simple search on the internet. You can do this research from the comfort of your own home or anywhere else for that matter. Performing a simple search on the internet will give you an answer to your question, so the period between not knowing something and knowing something is a mere second. We now have the ability to share information at a speed that once was thought to be impossible. With the steady stream of information that is easily accessible, you would expect that people would be more knowledgeable. And perhaps they are, but one thing that this constant flood of information has brought is addictive behaviors. In today's age of information and technology, people can't seem to go without their computers or smartphones. The atypical scenario that has emerged along with these technological advancements is the constant need to check email and social media accounts. This constant onslaught of information by our electronic communication devices has caused people to have shorter attention spans. Some believe that information overload has had a detrimental effect on verbal communication skills. The leading cause of these declining skills is multitasking, a response due in part to information overload. To understand how to succeed in this new world of information overload, we must understand our capabilities as well as our limitations.
When people refer to a lack of productivity, they often point to procrastination and fear. Whether we're dealing with the challenges of procrastinating on a report we have to write, or a test we need to study for, or a speech we need to deliver. Procrastination can also be a symptom of fear. Fear that we don't know enough and that we're not good enough. Procrastination can also be a product of overwhelm. If you've ever felt like you've had so much to do that you don't know where to begin, you're not alone. Most people think like this every 10 to 15 minutes on a given day. This is due to the lack of clarity that we have on the way we process things, and how we utilize our working memory. Working memory is a lot like your RAM on your computer. If the RAM is overloaded or trying to process information that isn't easily digestible, it cannot quickly prioritize the tasks and move forward, just like your brain. You can transform the way you handle your daily tasks that will result in an explosion of productivity. This method is fairly simple to implement.
Now that you understand a little better what informational overload is in a virtual world, let's talk about BEAT. BEAT is actually a term that I've coined specifically for this ebook series. BEAT stands for breathe, evaluate, align, and task. When you're feeling overwhelmed by informational overload, I suggest that you breathe. You take a moment and you breathe. Once you breathe and you assess, you evaluate. You evaluate what you have to achieve for that day, and you align that with your target expectation for productivity that day. And you task things out just to make sure you've dotted all your I's, you've crossed all your T's, so you can be as productive as possible through your day. Fact is, you're in the position you are in because you are trusted with the information that has been shared with you. You are equipped to process it and to meet all of your target expectations. I believe in you. You can beat the informational overload, I assure you. If you'd like a full version of this ebook series, please feel free to visit my website at www.live.learn.grow.com. You can also tune into my podcasts, specifically the Live.Learn.Grow series, for more informational pieces. I hope this information was helpful. I hope you're living. I hope you're learning. And I hope that you're growing. We are all growing together. Thank you for listening. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.